Hey everybody, I'm back. Surprisingly, it's only been a couple days, which is a new record for me. It hasn't been months. So I'm coming back to play some more Starfield for a little bit. Um, just kind of do what we did the other night, except today I'm going to be a space cowboy, and I'm going to do some of the Freestar Ranger quests instead of doing just the main story. So again, I'm in New Game Plus, so if you haven't played Starfield and you don't want to be spoiled, to avoid that, just watch this because you will be spoiled. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, let's take and of course,
Dad, have you ever tried Aurora?
frame rate is going to be fun while streaming. That's always the
Not in
fun
a long
part.
time, sweetheart. Not since you were
What was it like?
Hmm.
terrible, terrible.
So, like I said the other night, part of my process for uh, improving my mental health is spending time doing stuff that I love and stuff that I like.
I'm listening.
So I'm trying to make more time to play video games and uh,
You look well.
stream and things like that. So that's what we're doing. Today was actually a big day for that because today was my
Yes.
first day
Yep, here you go.
in therapy.
Goodbye.
I also installed a new mod.
Good to see you.
Uh,
Here, this is for you.
um,
Well, I see your parents didn't skimp on your P's and Q's.
oh, thank you, Sam,
I
for giving me
spotted it
something.
on our last planetary foray. All part of the service. Hey, I'm gonna pick things up one way or the other. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
I have a new
Plus,
mod for the dialogue
check in with me now and again and I might
selections,
find more.
uh, just to make them
Glad to see you're back
good
in
and more
one
quickly.
piece.
Thank you, Lynn. But yeah, so the last few weeks have been a little rough. So today was actually the first day that I went to therapy. Highly recommend it because it was really helpful in a way I didn't think it would be, but it was. That's not the mission. Land at the Freestar Mech Factory. Tourists. That's where I am. But yeah. So I'd never kind of been open to it before, for a lot of different reasons. But today I decided. Well, it wasn't like I decided. I woke up and called a walk-in therapist.
Twisted in one piece.
Um, because obviously that's not really a an option. But a few weeks ago, during like the height of my recent anxiety issues, um, I made the choice to schedule an appointment with a therapist, and today was the first session.
Landing site is good to go.
Which of course is mainly a get to know you thing, but I definitely think that it is going to help a lot with a lot of different things. So I'm really looking forward to that. Something looked off about that stuff in the video. Haven't loaded properly or something. I don't know. Ghosting. I'm noticing too. This game is something, especially if the frame rate is really low, which right now it is 39. And again, it's because I'm streaming. Um, but like this is all at medium. It's just because I'm streaming, but it's a it's a it's a mess. 800 and... It better not have landed me 890. See, this is what I was talking about. So I chose to land here. And it landed me all the way over here. Like, 3-star mech. Outpost. And it's going to land me. See, now we're there. But see, now my ship is all the way over there at the damn deserted robotics lab, which is where it landed me the first time. So this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about with this game when it comes to landing on planets. It does not always land you where you tell it to. It'll sometimes just land you wherever. And then you have to run hundreds of meters. Like the issue I was having with another quest that I literally just stopped doing it was it was landing me like 2,000 meters away every single time. And even though what I just did, where I like opened the map and tried to travel again, that didn't even fix it. So it's definitely an issue they need to address.
I mean, the mechs were terrible weapons of mass destruction. Is it wrong? I'm a little sad that they're outlawed. You find places like this abandoned all over.
Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. He's getting desperate. We're all desperate. I'm going to make one little change. I'm going to drop the shadows to low. Just for now. To hopefully get a little bit more frame rate for the stream. And for the VOD. It's definitely not going to look as good, but, well, I mean, that did. It's definitely I'm using NVENC to, for quality. And I am using, I think, a higher quality level than you would normally use. So it's definitely a situation where... Oh. So we are going to just start shooting people. Just don't mind me and my 10-15 frames per second. Oh! Oh my goodness! Ooh, 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 ooh. Does this person have... Can I, like, reload my fucking gun, please? Jesus Christ, die already. Alright, folks. Sit down. Goodness gracious. I am in the middle looting people. I will come talk to you in a moment. But yeah, no, when I play this game when I'm not streaming, I'm definitely not having the same frame rate issues. I'm getting like basically a locked 60 at all medium. I should be getting better than that, but at least it's locked. But right now, oh, there we go. Look at that. That's better. That's better. Hi, Evac. How are you tonight? Just playing some Starfield. Thanks for the follow. Guys, this guy does not like me. Well, maybe you shouldn't have done that. I mean, these people were like soldiers, and it does seem that the Freestar Collective turned their back on them, which is kind of douchey of them to do. You know, and it's one of those things. What do you expect when you turn your back on soldiers? They're probably not going to repay, be kind and repay you any sort of uh, positive thing. It is definitely an impressive game.
I got 11.
Um,
My past keeps showing up.
I'm really enjoying
I should get
Starfield a
ahead
lot.
before I get behind it.
In my last stream, I kind of talked a little bit more about it, but this game has met a lot of my expectations, way more than I thought it would. Um, it's kind of this was like my most anticipated game of the year, and going into it when it came out, I was real nervous, and then the reviews started coming out, and people were like, "Yeah, no, the game's pretty good," and everything. But yeah, no, it's definitely a game that I am really really enjoying. So definitely really really like that. By the way, I saw your stream while I was lurking around, and maybe I can help with your Twitch custom to improve your graphics even more.
I'd
Is
like
it
to think you're
okay?
lost looking into my baby
Um,
bars.
right now, thanks for the offer, but right now I'm currently just doing this casually. I'm not really trying to do anything crazy. But definitely, if I'm interested in the future, make this more of a full time thing. I would definitely be open to that. But right now, it's more of a just something as part of my grander mental health journey to try to spend some time doing things that I like and not just wallowing in self pity. So yeah,
That that means a lot. When I turned 18,
thank you though.
my
Thank
dad
you.
used one of his many connections to get me my first real job. That plus the
But
magic
yeah,
of
like I was saying, this game has lived up to
meant
my
I was shipping freight out of
expectations
Aquila.
in a lot of ways. There's a couple things that I think need a lot of improvement.
Space.
Um,
It was worth
Definitely
every
performance is one of them.
Every milligram of
But
three accounted for.
this
Timetables down to
this
the
game's pretty
second, so
solid,
busy to ever
and
really appreciate it.
definitely gives me more
Never really
faith
looked up.
that the next Elder Scrolls game is going to be a really good game.
And the pay? Well, it paid for my apartment, but that's about all I can say for it. So, an opportunity comes by from the boss man. He says, run this job, don't ask questions, and there's a bonus. Hell, I was still just a kid. I jumped on it. I knew I wasn't shipping some dried mangoes, but suddenly, God help me, it was fun. Up
What
until
was fun
then,
about it,
I
Sam?
tried my best to be the dutiful son. I hated it. But man, I tried. This was a rush. It's a thrill. Lying through my teeth to customs, even that shady delivery guy. It felt like I was finally, truly living. You think? So, more jobs started coming.
Well,
And everywhere I went, suddenly
yeah.
dangerous people got much
But like I
bigger.
was saying before,
I'd hear about armed conflicts
part of
and
my
civilian casualties.
personal mental health journey is just to spend more time doing the things I like
And
to
I'd
do.
pretend that wasn't me. Maybe I
Um,
wasn't smuggling
whether
money,
it's
maybe I
playing
was
video
carrying
games,
something
watching
else.
movies, whatever,
As long as I never opened the box,
and
keep it to me.
documenting that. And I figured streaming is a great way to document it. So this is something that I like to do.
Not directly. And I'd tell myself they'd get guns from someone else. But in my heart, I knew blood was on my hands. Soon the boss man's relying on me, and
I mean, you brought them
was
weapons, and
nice.
they did
He
kill
also
people with
started
those
putting me in
weapons,
the
which
machine.
is not the
Hard.
greatest.
There are whole weeks that are blank. Never had a lick of trouble. Till I did.
But I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. It sounds like your boss took advantage of you.
Yeah, but it takes two to tango. To this day,
I
I
mean,
don't know
yeah,
what really
but
that last job. But it was tasty enough. A whole
it,
mess of
it's
Crimson
not
Fleet jumped
that
off the
simple,
rendezvous.
Sam.
Yeah, a sane man would have been scared. But I looked at my pissant trading skiff's dual cannons and shouted, "Oh, this is on!" Yeah, I blew up one of the pirates before they realized that I was out of my gourd. I managed to get them down to 2 left before every system I had was fried. I was done. That should have been the end. But that's when the Rangers showed up.
Well,
You think? And then, dependable and straight as an arrow, Lillian Hart came on the comm, and well...
sounds to me like you're still pining for this ex of yours.
Oh, that's fuzzy, though. See, I passed out. And when I came to, Lillian was
Which,
there.
considering you're my space cowboy boyfriend,
Seems the
it's a
Rangers
little disappointing that you're pining
impressed
over
with
your
me. Offered
baby
me a
mama.
job. Yeah, by all rights, it should have been a prison cell, but Lillian,
Seems to be a thread,
she
though, that
saw something in me.
your companions are
I took
always
the job.
pining over
And that's
someone
it.
else
All
while you're in the
cards are on
process of
table.
wooing them, and then you finally woo them.
Officially, my cargo was destroyed by the fleet. Unofficially, hell yes, she knew. She jettisoned it herself. I don't know why she did it, but she stuck her neck out for me. And after she helped me sober up and put the mess I was back together.
I mean, if you haven't done anything you're ashamed of once or twice, you haven't really lived.
That's, well, that. But the thing that scares me is Cora. I mean, I gotta tell her someday.
Yeah, you do
Sometimes the way she looks at me.
mean to tell your daughter, but you're her dad.
But to see
She's
that
gonna
gone,
she's gonna love you no matter what. I haven't really flirted with him much, mainly because a lot of the times this game asks you to flirt with your companions. It is not appropriate. Like, this is not an appropriate time to flirt.
that's easy for you to say. Just so you know, all this is why Lillian is something
So,
else.
spoiler alert,
And
in
I really
case
need to own that.
if you haven't played
Tough talk with Lillian.
the main story of
Tell her
Starfield and you
about
don't
that
want to be
follow-through
spoiled,
you mentioned.
um,
Cora's at an important
pause,
point now.
leave,
Every visit
mute,
counts.
whatever.
Flake on her.
Come back
Well,
in a few
For
minutes.
now, let's do something more cheap.
Part of the reason that I chose
Let's
to
get it over with
redo
now.
the main story the second time around in New Game Plus is because there's a pivotal moment in the game where you have to make a choice between basically saving the eye and saving the lounge. And the lounge, of course, is where all the artifacts are stored, and the eye is, of course, the satellite that discovers where the artifacts are and eventually where the temples are. And you have to make a choice to save one. And they put like the companion with the highest like relationship to you is the one that gets put on the eye. And I'm curious to see if I choose to save the eye and Sam is on the eye, if he lives or dies still. Because the person on the eye dies. And I'm curious to see if anybody dies in the lounge and what happens to the artifacts if I choose not to protect them. So I'm definitely curious about that. Sit down! You too.
Looting the dead ain't glamorous, but it sure is profitable.
Looting the dead is what we do, Sam. Just what we do. I could go in here. I mean, that's clearly a path, an alternate path down to the same thing, I think. It's like where you go across.
Engaging hostile!
This is pointless.
You should have given up!
This feels like old times.
You've got no chance!
Me and my friend here are gonna teach you manners.
We're the best there is!
Better we get it than someone else. Today's not gonna be your day, pal.
Well, the game crashed, and I thought NVIDIA Broadcast went down with it for a second, but thankfully it appears that it did not. But yeah, so definitely need to do some tweaking with some of the stream quality stuff. Um, right now, I'm gonna look and see. I definitely have. I think I have the video quality set too high. I think that I'm definitely. I think I probably need to lower the stream quality and the just kind of make it a little bit better in terms of resources. If I'm going to continue to play a game like Starfield, that's very heavy on the GPU, because that definitely does seem to be a problem. But I am going to take that as a sign because I just looked at the clock. I mean, I knew I started streaming late, but it is 4:17 in the morning. So while streaming is definitely healthy for my mental health, I don't think my therapist would like me streaming this late. So yeah, I know I only streamed this time for a little under 30 minutes. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. And y'all have a wonderful night.